obviously Rudy Giuliani, James Kallstrom, people inside the New York Police Department and the New York FBI, the Bureau of the New York FBI, who ended up with Anthony Weiner's computer, knew exactly what was on there when they handed it to Comey. Now, how did it get there? Was it there when they confiscated Anthony Weiner's computer, or was it put there after they confiscated it from Anthony Weiner? That is under investigation. Hillary Clinton is not under investigation. Comey said he knew whatever he did was going to leak. He understood it. He knew it was going to happen. He's still looking to see who in the FBI was leaking this stuff to Giuliani and to James Kallstrom so that they were sitting on faux news saying, we got some surprises up our sleeve. Yeah. And they knew that those emails were on that computer, and yet neither of those two departments, NYPD or the New York FBI, did any forensic examination of those emails. They just dumped it on James Comey's desk on October 27th and said, here you go. And so he notified Congress because he said, listen, I testified to you that I thought we were done, and if anything changed, I would tell you. And I have just been given a computer that has 3 months of emails that we hadn't seen before, and we need to know whether or not that showed her intent to keep classified information in her possession to do harm to the United States. And they looked at it, and there was no evidence to that effect. And so they issued a second letter saying that there still is no case against Hillary Clinton, but we don't know how these emails got on Anthony Weiner's computer. We don't know who put them there. And he is looking into it because he wants to know whether or not the leaker was in his main Justice Department or in the New York FBI or in the NYPD, and who told Rudy Giuliani and who told James Kallstrom that this stuff was there. Who? And, you know, they asked him a lot of questions about leakers and about the media. This was also very important, I think, and I don't think anybody's going to cover it. But there was a section about, well, what is it? You know, are journalists, should they be charged for publishing classified material? And Comey said no. They should not be charged for publishing classified material, but whoever gives them, who works for the government and has a clearance and violates their oath to protect this top secret or classified or eyes only or no foreign eyes, whatever it is, anybody that violates that particular part of their duties, they should be prosecuted, not the journalists. The journalists do not have a burden to protect the United States. And he went even further and said, what you really do need to know is that most journalists in the United States call the various departments where the information came from and said, we are about to publish this, but we need to know, will we endanger any soldiers, troops deployed? Will we endanger any ongoing operations? Will we endanger national security in any way if we print this? And he said, that is what journalists do. And so they asked him, well, what's the difference between that and WikiLeaks? Why are they going after WikiLeaks then? And he said, because WikiLeaks looks to damage the United States, and they don't clear anything to see if it will cause damage to the United States before they published it. And he called it intelligence porn. All right, and that's a Republican senator. That was Ben Sasse asking him about the burden of journalists, and they don't have a burden to protect classified information. The people who are in possession of the classified information, who leak it to a journalist, the burden is on them. And that is why when Trump says that he wants, to loosen libel laws and sue journalists who, print, the leaks are real, the news is fake, right? Remember that? And this last proclamation that he wants to loosen libel laws, which, by the way, would take a constitutional amendment to carve out some sort of prosecution for journalists who print classified material when the burden is clearly not theirs, but it is the department that has the classified information, or the human being that has the classified information's job to protect and not leak that classified information. So that's clear. All right. So they asked, Ben Sass went on and said, well, what about WikiLeaks? Why don't you treat WikiLeaks like journalism? Now, remember, the president loves WikiLeaks, okay? He loves. I love the WikiLeaks. I love them. And, of course, WikiLeaks was described by Comey today.
This activity I'm talking about, WikiLeaks, involves no such considerations whatsoever. It's what I said to intelligence porn. Just push it out in order to damage.
Say that again.
Intelligence porn.
Maybe that's why I love it so. Maybe that's why Trump loves it so.
Now, this just came out. WikiLeaks. I love WikiLeaks.
He loves it. I don't love WikiLeaks. I love intelligence porn. I love that. I find it very titillating.